I'm setting up for a little engineering project this morning, I guess I'll call it. I've been using all these leftover bits of yarn. I did another video or two earlier about that, so if you want to look, you can see that. For this project, excuse me, Sacred Space by Helen Shrimpton of Crystals and Crochet. And I've got this far, almost to the end of week 7. Week 8 was released on Friday, and today is Sunday. This is Sunday morning. So it's got corners put on it, and it's turning into a square. And what happens next is some shells. It's going to be a similar setup to this, except there are going to be 3 rows. So there are 3 rows of shells here, but these have an edge, and the ones that come next are done like that one, with the thing in between without an edge, if that's making any sense at all. So those go on here. And I've been wanting to use this purple that I still have some of, but I don't know how much of this purple I have. Now, I could unwind it all and measure it, but I'm just really not enthusiastic about that at the moment. And the, excuse me, the people who test the design for Helen are very kind and measure how much they've used. So it's not exact because people have different tension and so forth. I think I usually use a little less than they do, but I think they may give a higher estimate for that reason so people don't get stuck. So anyway, I would need about 100 meters. And so what I've done here is I have a full ball of this yarn, and it's the same brand, just a different color, and it's just under 300 meters, 295. And so what I'm going to do is I want to weigh it, but I don't have a scale. I want to weigh the purple yarn. I want to weigh this yarn, but I don't have a scale. So what I do have is a box of screws. And so I've got the screws, and I have a bottle, water bottle, and what I'm going to be doing is putting screws in the water bottle, finding out how many screws it takes to balance that yarn, and then I'll be able to switch from that to weighing the purple yarn and come up with a number. So this is a yardstick, so that's kind of convenient. I already know where the balance point is, and I did check it earlier. I'm not just trusting that it's 18, but I did check it earlier. And so, see, right now it's the yarn is much heavier than the number of screws I have in there. So I'm just going to add screws to a point where I think I'm getting close, and then I'll stop and check more frequently to make sure. It doesn't really matter if I go over. It's not that hard to dump a couple screws out, but so that's my strange morning project. Yeah, I'm kind of indecisive about continuing with this once I get it squared off again, because I did buy some yarn. I made a video about that last week, I guess. I bought some yarn that I could continue with. I haven't used any white in here at all, so I'm kind of reluctant to just jump in there with white. I know that got a lot of sunlight on here, so this apricot may look white, but it's really apricot. I don't have, I really used up down to little tiny bits on some of this, I'll tell you. But what I may do is I may actually make corners different from the main run. I did that on this. I had a little bit of this darker, I think it's gingerbread, left. And what I tried was I tried the non-measuring method here. I tried starting at this point and going around and seeing if I could get to the same point farther on to see if I had enough to use it for the entire round. But I didn't, so I took out the last few stitches there and just used it, and then added in this same color from the previous round to make up the difference. So I may be doing that some more on some of these other colors. I don't know. I'm afraid of it getting to be a little too scrambled looking. Some days I like scrambled looking, some days I don't. So I don't know. But anyway, so that's the project for the day, how to weigh yarn without a scale. And I'll be getting back to that now. So yeah, hope you all have fun.